This is where you should insert your song, Mad.
The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio in Bobcaygeon. I'm one of your hosts, Incognito. I was not going to mention my name.
He's Terry. I'm Jim.
You outed me.
I'm sorry.
You outed me. Oh, jeez. I was trying to protect our identity in case we get spammed or whatever they call it, where they doxed, maybe.
Yeah.
Doxed. Did you know what doxing is?
No, I don't.
It's when somebody, an online hacker, reveals your actual phone number, your actual personal family details, your actual street address, and maybe even a Google Maps image of your house.
Are they coming for us, Terry?
Well, that's what I wonder. We have to check the front door.
Either that or
bring supplies down in and
I'm afeared.
An ice bucket or something.
I got laundry to do.
We need a hot plate as well. Yeah. Oh, well, the Jim and Terry Show, always afraid. Are we? Do you find yourself more afraid as an older person?
No, not really. I don't think so.
As a septuagenarian, you're not more afraid?
Well, I'm afraid.
Or are you afraid of falling, tripping and breaking a hip?
I'm afraid of what whatever you just said is.
All right. The fancy word for getting old. Septuagenarian as opposed to an octogenarian, which is our next big milestone, which is 70 as opposed to 80.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, the milestones,
okay.
60,
70's the new 80.
Yeah. Are we hoping? I'm hoping.
70's new 80, that's reversed. 80's the new 70.
That's right. There you go. Well, we're dyslexic even in our age and scoring. Okay. We were going to get into things a little. You know, we talked this morning at breakfast about the cup being half full or half empty, and you're saying you're not very optimistic about the world affairs and how things are going.
Optimistic.
I am optimistic. Yeah. You are not.
I am not. No.
And we talked about reasons why.
But that don't mean I run around sad and everything. I'm happy.
No, of course not.
I just no, I don't see a good ending.
Well, no, but you're going to write a song about it, even if it turns out poorly.
Yeah.
And that's the joy of being a musician and a songwriter, is that you see things, you observe. And I think that curiosity goes a long way to longevity. Keep interested in life.
I think so, even though I kid about being so tired all the time. I think so. I know it's William Shatner's. He says he's just on the computer all the time.
Yeah, he's over 90.
Keeps his mind active. Yeah. And I think that's probably a good thing for everybody.
Yes.
Keep active. Don't just sit and watch videos on your phone.
Well, you were just saying that you don't want to be at the computer. You want to get outside. You want to be a participation in life.
In the last show, you touched on something, and I know you don't want to really go there, but it just dawned on me. Yes, I would like to be a producer. I would like to say, no, do it this way, or I love different scenes, different feels. I like Tarantino, for instance. He's got a different touch. There's a producer out now. There's a movie I got to see just because of the ad. And it's something scheme. Phantom scheme. I'm going to call it that. And I can tell by the look of the clothing, of the scenery, that this guy's hand is on it. And I like that. So
how about Wes Anderson and his color palette? Anybody know a Wes Anderson film? You can write it in the comments and tell us.
Can you name a film?
I can't. I don't know what you're speaking of.
I'm the same way. Like there was that one about the whole nuclear family thing.
That's the one you were talking about, the Wes Anderson. He's got a pastel palette.
This other guy.
And it's in the desert? And you see the light. Yeah. It's stark. It's bright.
Well, he might be the one doing this new one.
Okay, Wes Anderson.
Something scheme.
Okay, I do like his films. This is Wes Anderson.
But I like that. And I, I'm way too lazy to dig up all to make it look like that. But I do like scenery. And how would a scene open? How would, for instance, if they discover aliens have really contacted, how would that scene look? How would the actors feel and look?
You want to be a producer or a director?
A director, yeah.
Director going for the film, producer being for the audio?
Yeah. Well, the producer more, I always view a producer as putting up the money.
Oh, that's on the film side of things, but the producer in engineering, in audio, is the one who's got the control decisions on the song.
Yeah, I like the idea of scenes.
Okay.
I like the scenes and the acting.
Okay.
How would it be if this happened? And I love that, and that's why probably my movies would be horribly long, because I like to cover too much.
How did we get onto this when we were going to talk about political intrigue in Canada's role in NATO?
You just reminded me back. You reminded me back that I do see things in
You
scenery.
you
Like if we were out
visualize
on your
things.
porch there having a coffee, I'd go, okay, this is a scene. It's a scene, and now right now I'm the star in this particular scene, or one of them. But what could you do with this? You know what I mean? Like, someone being informed like a general that it's time. We're going to reveal.
Okay, well, let's talk about, you just dropped the word general and a scene where something is revealed. So let's talk about the
Segue.
decision to drop the mother of all bombs, the GBU, whatever number it is, the 30,000-pound bunker buster. Imagine being in the room where that decision is being made.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because a lot of this, no surprise, was probably prepared and organized in the Biden era.
But according to Hegseth, the military's always got a plan for every possibility.
So I think a lot of this wonderful, ingenious plan isn't any president. They're not their knowledgeable. It is their generals.
It's
and
the
everybody.
job of the Pentagon to
Which
make
makes
these.
me think some of the generals that were fired were the ones that actually put this plan together.
Possibly,
And
yeah.
so caution to the world, because he fired the people that did not want to kiss his proverbial ring.
The question is, did he fire the most competent?
And I believe he probably did, yes. He fired the competent ones for those who were going to be loyal to him and not say anything out of line.
Right.
Like the one general he fired basically said, we don't have kings.
Yes.
He did that on purpose,
Yes.
knowing he was going to lose his job
Yep.
because he stood up. He's a brave American. He really is. That is a hero to me. He was in the war zones. He led armies into fighting and battle. He was a general. And he basically, without saying it, said, this guy, well, Trump is
Okay,
out
let
to
me
lunch.
ask you your opinion as two retired guys with a coffee, not knowing much about anything and certainly having no inside. I didn't receive any direct communication from Pete Hegseth, so I can't tell you what the real plans were. But if we did get inside his head, what would you expect? Do you think, as Trump asserted, everything was obliterated? The whole nuclear capacity of Iran was obliterated. Do you buy that story or
I
not?
wish they had walked out on time this morning before I came here. They were doing a press conference at the Pentagon.
Oh, okay.
I wish I had seen that. It would be interesting to
Well,
what
here's
they
just
say.
two guys with a coffee. Have
Those
you heard?
sites,
What
those
have you-
sites may have been obliterated, but there was enough time to take 900 pounds of enriched uranium out.
Wow.
They could drive trucks in there,
Yep.
load it, and drive them out.
Yep.
And I think the central fuse things were destroyed, but they're not the only sites where they have centrifuges. So they're I would be blown away if they're no pun intended.
If
their nuclear plans were thwarted that much. I think there's other sites they got it.
Okay, so they can still process
Sure.
enriched uranium and make nuclear warheads
yeah.
if that's what they're going to do. Are you
Yeah.
going to be able to stop that process? I don't. Will the
Well, here's the thing. Okay, a number of things. One is I wish Biden had been in power when they did this. It would have been calmer.
Yep.
Would have been to the point. We believe we've got this. In time we'll look and see, and it would have been honesty in that, in my opinion. It wouldn't have just been right off the bat. Completely successful, and then anybody that challenges this are challenging our military. No,
he's such a juvenile.
he's a kid.
Yeah.
So no. The second thing is, Israel was right just before that ceasefire to go in and bombard them again. Israel's not stupid. They know they're just going to continue on until Israel's dead. That's their goal.
Yeah.
They want to make these bombs to kill Israel. That's what they want those bombs for. So Trump declaring, that's it, it's over, it's finished, is, again, juvenile. Most experts, I bet, would tell you, go in now. Now's the time, man. They're on their knees. Get it all. Get it all. That would have been, and I'm not a warmonger
No,
kind
you're
of
not.
guy.
No.
But Israel weakened the beast, and Trump went and got the glory. But it was
Which is
Israel.
what he does.
Israel, the reason they
But
were
Trump
undetected.
gets the job.
Yeah,
He gets
but
the credit.
reason is Trump. The reason the military could fly in undetected
Israel
is
took out-
Israel took out everything.
Yep.
So
Okay.
give them the credit that and they do. But I mean, the point of the matter is now you have an opportunity to really, they've killed the generals and everything else. Probably would have been wiser to take the supreme leader out. but Trump doesn't want to.
Okay. We'll talk about regime change in a
Yeah.
bit. Let's talk about the 2 weeks that Trump was saying for 2 weeks in advance of this strike that this is what they're thinking of. 2 weeks, time enough to do what you said, drive trucks with enriched
Well, maybe
uranium
that's
out
why.
of those.
Maybe that's why he went sooner than later. But it was probably
But
not.
he let it got leaked 2 weeks before. So why would you continue?
Well, that I think they got a lot out. The centrifuges, I don't know what's involved with them. There might be gigantic and huge. I don't know.
Well, they're huge concrete constructs.
Okay, so they probably have them elsewhere. And so this great victory is maybe for now, yeah. It is a victory for now.
For now.
But now Iran's talking to Putin. And
Where
now,
are the nukes going to come from?
well, and they can buy nukes.
From anybody.
Anybody. North
Jim and
Korea.
Jerry Show. Reason for optimism? Well, we'll talk about things to celebrate in the next podcast. Bye-bye for now.
And the toil of my hands has got me so far into this promised land.